Hello, welcome to our Tuesday. I'm Richard Vobes, the Bald Explorer, and this is the third, is it the third of our videos, or is it the fourth? I'm losing track now, but today is Tuesday the 6th of October in the series on our canal boat, and as you can see, we have a different canal boat than we had before. We were transferred. I think if we hadn't have mentioned it, I don't know quite what would have happened, but thanks to Fran and Rich from Floating Our Boat, who said, look, you want to call the boat operators and say you're stranded, you've booked a holiday, and in our case a working trip, and it's not happening because the red boards were going to be up for the rest of the week on the River Thames, and even though we only needed to do about 4 or 5 miles to get onto the Oxford Canal, there was no way that was going to happen. We just weren't be able to go on the river or go through the lock. So I did get on the phone and I said, hey, you know, what's occurring? We're stuck here and it looks like we're going to be moored up against the lock side for the rest of the week. So anyway, there's a bit of wrangling, but we did get in touch with the head office and they said, okay, we can transfer you to another boat, but you've got to, pack your gear, get in the car, drive an hour, and we did. And we're now in Stratford Upon Avon. Well, just outside, actually, at a place called Wootton Wayham, I think, something like that. Anyway, yesterday, Monday, was a bit of a odd day because we were hanging around. Then we had this mad panic. We got to the boatyard and then we were given this new boat. It's bigger than the last boat. The last boat I think was 65 feet. Originally we were going to be on something like 52 feet. Then we were on 65 feet with the Orion. This one, which I think is called Collingwood or something, I haven't yet got used to it, is 76 feet or 75 feet. That's right, because the locks are 76 feet. So we've only got a foot to get in the lock and mind the sill. We've got a lock ahead of us to get through today. But we're on a canal, and that is the main thing. It's starting to rain, so I'm going back inside. Well, this is the first time we've managed to bring you into the narrowboat. I'm sorry we didn't give you much of a chance to see the other narrowboat. We've, as you know, had so many issues. Yeah. But what do you think?
Yeah, I mean it's a nice layout, isn't it? It's all right. It's a good boat, longer, bigger. Looking forward to.
It's very different from the other one. The other one was much narrower corridors in it, whereas this one is a bit wider.
Yeah.
And the bedrooms are, well, to me, the bed's comfortable. Did you sleep all right?
I slept all right, yeah.
I mean, we did both wake up from our respective cabins because little one did wake in the night. But that's the first time, because the other 2 nights he's been as good as gold, unless I just slept through it.
No, I think he was all right, yeah.
Yeah, he was all right, wasn't he?
Yeah, I think so, yeah.
So the plan, I know he's a bit wriggly because he's been a bit contained. The plan is to go to Stratford today or tomorrow. It depends how we get. There's something like 15 locks to go through. Or 9 locks or something like that. We haven't kind of looked. Saw one couple just go through the lock that we looked at yesterday night. They were on the same boat that we had before, the Constellation class.
One of the Constellation class. I'm not sure if it was as long. No, it might have been.
Yeah, it seemed as long. So it's time to cast off, and we have a cunning plan. I should just say, dog walkers, please don't let your dogs poo on the towpath. We've already trodden in poo and got it round the wheels of our stroller. It's a real nuisance. Anyway, here's our cunning plan. Joe is very secure in the stroller.
Yes, our punning clan.
Our punning clan, yes. So, you alright there, Joe?
Yes, thanks.
We decided probably safest not to let him drive.
Probably.
Julia is waiting patiently. I'm doing this nice and slowly because this is our first lock, so I'm not going to go mad on it. We don't have anybody waiting, so that's all good. Tricky operation this. Such a long boat, it's hard to see where the nose is. You did that brilliantly.
It wasn't quite the perfectly slotted entry I was looking for. But it'll do.
We're not in any rush, so we're doing this first lot very slowly, as I mentioned before. Because it's a long boat, there's only a foot of play, and I think to get through one lock and just be satisfied that we're both able to do what we need to do at the right sort of tempo is the essential thing. But as you can see, the boat's going down and we will progress. We seem to still have issues on this boat. There's some weird thing going on, I think, with the inverter, which isn't fully working properly. I'm not quite sure why. It started to make a whistling noise, which isn't ideal. Like a warning noise, as if it's not fully sorry, just trying to focus in here. As if it's not fully engaged, and I don't know quite why that is. We didn't have any heating this morning, but the control is incredibly basic. It's just like an old-fashioned choke on a car where you pull it out and it's supposed to do it. Well, you can only do it when the engine is running. We did try it. It turns out it's quite dodgy, because if you don't pull it out completely far enough, it stops. But you've got to have the inverter on to run the water pump, as far as I can ascertain, to pump the water through the radiators. So a lot of this was sort of passed over. Every boat is very, very different, and in fact the instruction manual doesn't give us any of that anyway. We'll work it out. We got them kind of working. They were lukewarm in the end, so that was good. It may not be the Pont Cysulti on the Llangollen, but there's an aqueduct here, narrow channel. I'm going to walk on the side and Julia is going to take the boat. It's not quite the Pont Cysulti, but it's still quite tall. So don't fall off. There's a drop. say, Julia's doing incredibly well. Absolutely amazing. What a wonderful sight. How about that?
That was fun.
Julia is amazing at this, just amazing. And little Joe is asleep. Whew. That's been really, really exciting. So we've gone through one lock, which I operated myself. Julia steered the boat in, as you saw, and that was amazing. This is what the canal life is about. It's what we waited for. And then we went over an aqueduct, which we didn't know was going to come up, and that was just as exciting and thrilling, and great to be on the towpath filming as Julia took the boat over. That was fantastic. We know there's quite a few locks ahead, so I can say now on the Tuesday that we are actually thoroughly enjoying this trip. Little Joseph is asleep. I'm going to put the kettle on and make us a cup of tea, and Julia is in her element at the helm. So you couldn't ask for more, really. It's taken a few days to get here, but thank goodness we have. So again, a big thanks to Fran and Rich from Floating Our Boat for their advice and help all through this. It's been brilliant, and on such a long boat it is amazing. But oh my, the pangs of wanting to own a boat are returning.
Funny, is it?
But
A boop, mute button.
there we go. Well, what a day we've had today. It's been fantastic. The last bit, quite strenuous, because what we've had is fingers shoved into mouths. No, wait a minute.
No, that's not it. I think what you mean is we've had 7 locks.
7 locks.
Almost back to back.
Yes.
3 definitely back to back.
Yes, so we encountered 3 with a space between each one. Then we encountered a 4th by a bridge, and they were all good. I was running ahead, opening the doors and doing all of that bit. Then we saw the 4th, the 5th, the 6th and the 7th in rapid succession, one after the other.
Yes.
So
it was fun.
It was fun. Now, having watched Fran and Rich, we've learned, and we'd sort of experienced this a bit before, that you get one going, and Julia was driving the boat in, which you did brilliantly. Yeah. And then I ran down to having made sure there was nobody wanting to use any of the locks, because there was no room really for us to wait, especially in this huge boat.
Yeah.
If you were in a smaller boat, you could pass just, but not in this. So I would run down, prepare the next lock, get it open, then come back.
Close that lock.
That lock.
Well, I'm putting the boat in the current lock.
In the current lock, yeah. Then and
yeah, you were just running backwards and forwards. I'm just sat there on the boat, just putting it in the lock.
But towards the end, you were leaping off and shutting the door behind, or the gate rather.
In between all this, we were passing the baby between us.
And as you can see, he's got his flotation tank on, so he can't drown, although he'd have a nasty shock in there.
Yeah, it's a bit cold.
So he was being passed, and it was all very safe and worthwhile and fun. And the great thing was nobody else was there, A, to watch, or B, wanting to use the locks.
Yeah.
So and now, as you can see, it's evening. We do have a technical problem with the bloody inverter, which seems to be pretty useless. So our phones are just not charging, or any of the batteries. So God knows what I'm going to do tomorrow, because nothing will have any battery life. But we'll probably have to ring them up and get them around. But we're okay.
All is well.
So thank you for watching this one. Hopefully we'll be doing some more when we some more videoing, that is, when we get to Stratford Upon Avon.
Yeah.
Which we've got some more locks to do first.
Yep.
Just up ahead.
Several, aren't we?
Yeah, and then we're in Stratford, and there's the light going out.
Yeah.
So we'll
the
say
sun is slowly setting.
We'll say bye-bye. See you next time.
Jojo wave. Good boy.
Probably looking a bit shattered and tired. It's been a very strange couple of days. We met the engineer here. His name's Rob. Very nice bloke. On his day off, actually.
Here's the damage from the boat dragging me back. Well, okay, me dragging myself backwards through the hedge.
I know you like your trees, Julia.